Walsall Creative Factory are a collective of community arts professionals and volunteers who opened a venue in an empty hairdresser's in the Butts in Walsall in February 2019. They've been funded by Walsall for All's Innovation Grant to deliver sessions with vulnerable people, people with disabilities and the elderly in the local community, as well as Let's Talk About It, funded by Controlling Migration Fund, to help local people improve their English skills.
3 Creative Factory members, Deb Slade, Ruth Radcliffe and Maxine Haywood, took over the empty hairdressers for 6 months to deliver the funded programmes, and thus were able to open the centre for classes and workshops, community events and trips.
The Walsall Creative Factory team knew that local people who craft and more professional local artists may take advantage of the cosy and creative space, but the real challenge was to make the space truly inclusive.
As a result of recruiting volunteers and through links with schools and a local mosque, the weekly sessions successfully engaged a variety of audiences, including non-English speaking residents, women and the elderly.
Walsall Creative Factory also established a Geeks Youth Arts Club aimed at young people who were on the autism spectrum and vulnerable sessions for adults with disabilities and mental health concerns. This required outreach work to hostels, services and networks in the neighbourhood.
Henry, a young adult with autism who has participated in the sessions, said, "It's a great place to try art when you haven't done anything since school. It's a cool place to meet others in the community. It's become a community hub. It gets you out of the house doing something positive."
Between regular sessions, Creative Factory opened their doors to local creatives and developed new partnerships, which has made the space truly inclusive and integrated. The Bridge project has developed a partnerships with Creative Factory at families with English as a second language. We host activities that encourage participants to express their emotions, develop language skills and confidence. The space is welcoming, safe and inspiring for everyone.
The number of individuals attending the centre are around 250 people. The success of the centre has been surprising in building participant attendances of around 400 per month and 550 attendances in 1 month. Open 6 days a week, sometimes 7, sometimes 4 sessions a day.
Walsall Creative Factory staff and volunteers have learned to be flexible and support people in many different ways. We have found that sharing food together at community events and trips have been effective ways in building bridges. Obtaining the trust of the volunteers and leading by example were instrumental in retaining the popularity of the venue. Myself, I am an active volunteer at Creative Factory. My name is Jamila Fazal and I have recently won one Walsall Volunteer Award, which was my pleasure to give service here at Walsall Creative Factory. It helped me to build bridges with myself after suffering a stroke, and it actually helped me to build confidence with my daughter and to build ways for her to meeting and connecting people in the community. As a Pakistani here in the Walsall area, I felt it's needed as I wanted to carry on my parents' names in the community. I am very happy to be here in the Butts and I am happy to pay my contribution to the community, and I feel rewarded in the way with people smile at me at the street. When I attend the school, people know I'm part of Creative Factory and they ask what is going on in the centre. I am further happy that it's made me connect more to other communities such as the Polish. I have Iranians living in my block of flats as well, and I feel happy that I am very at ease with them, that I can make a connection.
The elderly services users are long-term visitors to UK, visiting family every year. They even phone and video call Walsall Creative Factory from India and Pakistan. Their families have spoken about the difference it made to the way they feel part of the community in their home to have their parents join in with community activities. I myself, working full-time, I found it really difficult to manage the time between my job and my parents. And then I found this Warsaw Creative Factory where Deb Slade and Jamila, they both worked really hard in my absence with my parents. They looked after them, they engaged them actively. They took them to different parts of the Warsaw and Birmingham, I believe, which I myself have never explored. They took wonderful experience with them when they got back to Pakistan. They're still in touch with them. And I feel, I myself and my family, we have become a part of Warsaw Creative Factory now. We enjoy coming here. We just like to spend our time with them.
Participants attend sessions and go on trips in mixed groups with local people from various cultures and ages who learn a lot by socialising together. Neighbours now know each other well, and our renewed community spirit has local people helping to look out for the vulnerable and to look after the local area.
Warsaw Creative Factory recently launched a communal embroidery project that features patterns from different cultures created by more than 20 ladies. Also, crochet projects for Karma Community Gardens has been worked on by the ladies from both groups. Inspired to Inspire and Unique Coaching for You coordinated the Warsaw Windrush Generation Project, which was launched during lockdown, integrating the Warsaw Caribbean community and educating the wider community through arts and creativity in collaboration with Warsaw Creative Factory.
From March 2020 until July 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown, Creative Factory continued to keep in touch with 200 local people through chat groups and communication platforms, including developing a neighbourhood support group. They sent out over 500 activity packs involving local people in sewing wash bags for the NHS and key workers, and in art projects that were visible on the streets and in the centre windows. They also made masks, new social distancing aids for the deaf and for blind and partially sighted.
Small things like starting a book exchange, painting a mural on hoardings, and being on hand to say hello helped to be a centre point where people picked up and dropped off plants, provisions and presents for each other and helped people feel connected. Larger coordinated community events for VE Day, children's activities, summer fairs, thanking key workers has involved whole streets.
Through the hard work of staff and volunteers, Warsaw Creative Factory will continue changing lives and improving community cohesion and integration outcomes for the people of our local area and beyond. A gradual reopening after lockdown will help reintegrate people whilst maintaining the communication networks that have cemented friendships for life and have been a lifeline for those who have been isolating.
Walsall Creative Factory's next challenge is to keep the workshop open by expanding their fundraising activities to secure the future of the centre. To find out more about the programme of groups, workshops and classes, you can follow the Walsall Creative Factory Facebook page.
Warsaw Creative Factory.
Truly inclusive,
safe and inspiring for everyone.